Reyna, we're gonna open his beer. We got a bullet that was made into a beer bottle opener to open up this great beer. Because what's better than drink a beer or open a beer that was made in a trash can than a bullet? What's more manly than that? You got a trash can beer, drank with a bullet. So this is what a beer should sound like. Ready? I want to play something for you guys. This is what a beer should sound like when you open it. Ready? Should sound like something like this. Here we go. It is a 50. So that's what a beer should sound like. If you guys heard that. If you didn't hear that, let me know. Let me know in the chat. And I want to play this when I do it.
Specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer.
I just spilled it on me.
More vodka, more whiskey.
Alright, but let's hear what his sounds like. Here, ready? Oh, there we go. So this is an IPA with some mango. It's a mango IPA. If you guys don't know what IPA stands for, a nice hiss. There we go. Now let me give you a smell. I smell notes of no, it's a pale ale. Isn't an IPA and a pale ale essentially the same thing? An IPA stands for an Indian Pale Ale and a pale ale. No? So a pale ale uses a lot of hops, right? An IPA also uses a lot of hops. The reason why I think an Irish pale ale... Ooh. So the reason why I say Indian pale ale is because an IPA has more hops. Yes, okay, I see the difference. Okay, Reyna. I get what you're saying. So if you guys don't know, the reason why they call it an IPA is Indian Pale Ale. The reason why it got its name is because the English were actually bringing beer to India. They realized that hops is a preservative, and if they included more hops within the beer and they shipped it to India, it would actually last longer. That's hence where you got the IPA. I guess a pale ale has less hops, and I did not know that. Thank you for asking, and I hope it's good for you too. Saturday is what's up. I hope it is treating you well. Dark Gray Moon is our buddy from Hold on. Dark Gray Moon. Everyone, give a shout out to Dark Gray Moon. We're gonna say thank you to Dark Gray Moon. We got he subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to figure out what to even put on here. You know what? Let's just do another Office theme song. That's our celebration. Do-do-da, boo-do-do-do-da. Because white people are sometimes pale, and they named it after the English. That could be true too. You never know. All right. So we got some mango in here. We're gonna pour it in, and we're gonna see what it looks like. It looks like orange juice. There's a lot of sediment. A lot of sediment there, my buddy. But it doesn't look bad. If you see, here we go. It looks like that right there. You got some nice carbonation. It is pretty thick. I've already given Reyna this critique when I first saw it, because I put the bottle up to the light and I said, there's a lot of sediment in here, man. You needed to definitely put in some type of a clearing agent to clear that out. But let's give it a taste. Spicy orange juice, yes. Or as Taco, are you here right now? Spicy orange juice. I like my orange juice. What can I say? So Taco may call this orange juice con picante. All right, I don't know how to say orange juice in Spanish. Orange juice con picante. Ready? Still look super mango-y. You know what? It's not bad. I was expecting this This is what I already had planned. I'll even play it for you guys. Oh, hold on. I'll play this again. I'll play this one, I guess, real quick. Because I did it. I accidentally clicked that one. Where did I put it? Oh, it's down here. This is what I thought it was going to taste like.
All
Ready?
9,000 taste bud.
Oh.
Aerate it. Warm it up. Driving up that top note. That cream.
Okay, but it's actually really good. You know, I wanted to shit on this so bad. I wanted to shit on it. Oh my god. Reina, are you still there? I wanted to. I wanted to shit on your beer, Reina. But I can't do it in good conscience. Because it's actually good. I'll give you it. The only thing I would say is a clearing agent would be good on this. Because right now it does look like orange juice. If you put a clearing agent in this and you would have siphoned it off, it would have you would have had all the good bubbles on top. Hit plot twist, it's urine. Sorry, I love it. Alright, so I want to drink this real quick. Delicious. I imagine as I go to the bottle, what I was saying with the sediment, I can see it here on the bottom. You guys can't really tell on the camera. But I imagine the bottom won't be as good. And with that, since we've been making mead, and we did the mead making stream on the last one, as you can see, I label my bottles with the most... this is actually an old wine bottle that I just repurposed. But as you guys can see, I label my bottles with the most fancy of labels. This one just says blueberry. It lets me know what kind of mead it was. That was the wife's idea. Someone didn't drink enough water. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys what the mead could look like. This is going to be... This is actually... Oh, can you say mother? Like in vinegar? Wait, what? What does that mean? Dark. Dark is from... I want to say Switzerland? Or Sweden, one of those. Alright, so this is the mead, the blueberry mead, so you guys will see. Alright, here we go. As you can see, the mead is pretty... There's a clearness to it. You can't really tell on the camera, actually. Like, where I'm at, where I'm looking at, it looks clear. For you guys, it doesn't look clear. So I'm actually... Sweden. My wife's from Switzerland. We covered both bases. Okay, so Gray is from Sweden. When him and his wife are in the stream together, which I don't know has ever happened, then we have, you know, the best of Sweden and the best of Switzerland all in one stream with us. So you smell the blueberry. This one is a lot stronger. What would you say? Hey, Reina, if you're still here, what would you say the alcohol percentage on this is? I have a follower from Sweden. Always makes my streams. That is awesome. Yeah, you know what they say. The Swedes are some good people. That's what I hear. People call us Moonses. Moonses. What is Moonses from? Moonarina. Oh, Moonarina. Some people call us Moonses. Oh, Moonses. Is it Moon? Yes, that's what I was thinking. Is Moon. Because in a lot of like old Germanic, when you go into like what you call like old Germanic and old like type of and which, you know, derives a lot of Scandinavian languages come from old Germanic language, and there's a lot of intermix with different things with that. Moon is spelled M-U-N. And fun fact for anyone else in the stream that doesn't know this, Monday comes from Moon's Day, because it was the day that we gave reference and we celebrated the moon. And Sunday is Soon's Day for the same reason. And then you have Tyr's Day, which is for Tyr, the god Tyr. You have Woden's Day with Wednesday. And then you have Thor's Day. And then Freya's Day, or some will say Frigg's Day. That's up to debate at times. And then the only one that is not a Norse god is Saturday, because that stands for Saturn's Day. We got all the days. Except for Saturday. Saturday belongs to the Romans. Because Saturn's Day is, I don't know. It's just, it got it. It got it, you know? Close enough. Yeah, Saturday is an odd one out, right? And Saturn is a different god. I would say it was probably, in my opinion, Saturn was probably a darker god than Loki himself. People will say Loki was a dark god, but I don't know. Loki just kind of embodies chaos, and he couldn't escape his fate. I wouldn't say he's the actual devil figure in Norse mythology, because the Nords is the one that woven his fate, you know, in the web of the weird, and he couldn't really escape it. So that's my opinion. I'm still not like a huge Loki guy though. I'm still not gonna, like, you know, become a Loki guy. I've met some of them out there. I've met people that actually do give reference and worship Loki, and I always found that to be quite odd. Loki wasn't exactly a bad guy. See? Yeah, Loki wasn't exactly a bad guy. He did do some good. He helped Thor recover his hammer. But a lot of times he would. But you could say Baldr, Odin's son, was kind of killed by Loki, and didn't come back to life because of Loki. But at the same time, that could be fate too, because after Ragnarok and Odin and Thor dies, then Baldr comes back, so to pretty much be the new the Asgard god, to rule the 9 realms or 7 realms. I want to say 9 realms, but I could be wrong. Dark could definitely. But let's say his action had some consequences, and like I said, he couldn't escape the fate of his actions. So Dark didn't expect me to go this deep. I'm sure that's what he's saying oh my about. All right, so I want to drink my mead, and I'll say skull here for Dark Gray Moon. Boom, hit the table. Hey Rain, are you still here, by the way? There we go. So we got some blueberry mead. Skull! I need to have, you know what? By next stream, I'm gonna have a skull in there. Not a skull, but I want to have like one of the little things that we can push will yell skull, which is pretty much means bull. Yeah, that makes sense. So everyone, lift your glass, and let's cheers to each other. Let's cheers to the stream. Let's cheers to that. We're actually at the tail end of this game. There we go. Thank you, Sleepy. We got the Office theme song in here. It looks like Rain is already out. He watched me taste his beer and he didn't want to see anymore. I'm half finished too. I got both of our drinking cultures in one body. See? That's awesome. I did my 23andMe. I found out that I have some Neanderthal in me, like more than most people, which is funny. Maybe that's part of the reason why I can't get the freaking stream down right, and I keep on messing up. The Neanderthal in me is coming out. But other than that, I think all my stream was just pretty much. I mean, me and my wife both did 23andMe, and it's awesome that we almost have no connection. So our kid is like like a child of the world. The meat is going well. Yeah, the meat is going well. The meat is actually in the closet right now. It's still bubbling. We'll do primary fermentation maybe next week or the week after. It just depends. You know, I let the meat tell me when it's ready. I'm not gonna force it. Like I said, I'm not doing any nutrients. I'm not doing any chemicals, anything like that. I'm just doing it as natural as possible, because that's the way I've done it with the chemicals, and it's great with the nutrients and all that stuff. But this time around, I didn't do that. Yeah, all natural, baby. But this mead is great. This is blueberry mead from last year. The wife uses this for offerings, actually. But because we're dirty pagans. There we go. This is a good beer. You know what? I tip my hat to Reyna, even though he's not here anymore. I am surprised on how good that beer was. And I honestly should have water up here. If you guys can see, I'm drinking mead, I'm drinking beer, and this is actually tea, lemon, and vodka. So, this should be a good stream. But I do like mead. Of course, man. I've never tried it. So pretty much heresy. Oh, I will say the rest of my 23andMe, it came out as German, German, French, which those are pretty closely related, right? Some English, Irish, and Scandinavian. All right. I would say Scandinavian because there's a mixture of all the Scandinavian countries in there as well, which makes sense. Germans and you know what? It was actually a little bit Mongolian. So, and I'm guessing the Mongolian came when they raided Germany. Not all of them, no, no. Because it would say like trace amounts with Scandinavia. It had some whatchamacallit, some Iceland in there. It had some I'm trying to think. There was Finnish actually, and Sweden. It was just like a mixture, and then it would have like trace amounts of like percent of this, you know. Oh, Bork. Sorry. No, it's cool. Even not Danish. I don't think Danish was in there. That was actually part of the reason why I wanted to name my son Bjorn. So if you guys know, my son's name is Bjorn, and the reason why was because it was the one name that I could find that actually had origins that trace back to all the Scandinavian countries, which is, you know, popular name there. And German, it was used in Germany, it was used in French, it was used in England. Like all these different places, I guess Anglo-Saxon. All these different places, it was a common name at one point to have the, different spellings of the name Bjorn. We went with the traditional Bjorn, the same way you spelled Bjork right there. With, god damn, I don't remember what the dots are called. Fuck. Alright, we didn't put the dots there, though. Just because we didn't want them to be on his legal paperwork. In the United States, it's very uncommon. Alright, so we're done with mead. I'm gonna drink some vodka. And tea. The vodka! Oh, because of our love of Bjork. That's cool. Completely random. So, we got more people in the stream. If you guys want to jump in the chat, say hi. Alright, guys, we're actually going to start playing here in a second. Part of me is thinking, what do you guys want? Do you guys want the wide angle view the whole time? Or let me change it up real quick. Right now I'm using my phone, so bear with me. Here we go. Or we could just do this. Hopefully it can focus. Focus for me, buddy. It's not focusing. That's problematic, eh? Oh, there we go. My hand's focused. My face isn't. Let's try it again. Boom. Alright. So now we're here. I'll keep it right here, though. Oh, man. You guys can see the blue in the eyes today, eh? This camera is a little better. Alright. So you're both pagan. Yeah. Yeah, we are both pagan. We're a bunch of dirty heathens. Bunch of pagans. Greetings all. That's some 4K shit. Yes. That's what I was going for. So we were using the GoPro for a while. It was shit. We did not like using the GoPro. You stared into my soul. Hi, Adrift. What is up, Drift? We got Sleepyhead. We got Taco. Taco. I hope you weren't sad at me staring in your soul like that. You know? Maybe you have some demons in there. You got some skeletons in the closet there, Taco. You need to work those out. The Bible thump. Alright, guys. So we're actually going to jump into it. I don't even know if... let me see. Do we still got Viasco in here? Viasco, we're actually going to start the game if you want to participate. He might be gone, though. Don't expose me. Yeah. Taco got the skeletons. Everyone thinks Taco's so nice, and she is. She's a nice person. She redid our Discord. I'll give her another shout out. She did our Discord, and it was amazing after the fact. Gray, Dark Gray Moon, which I like the name Gray in there because we have greetings. Oh, he's just throwing everyone in there. And everyone else, how are you doing? We are doing great, Drift. You missed it, Drift. We were doing some beer tasting over here just a little bit ago. The Discord is beautiful. It is fucking beautiful. It's so much better than anything I could have done. We were talking, me and Taco were actually talking about doing and this was actually my wife's idea too, was doing some type of like sustainability. What were we saying? Sustainability crafting section on there where people can put up like things that you're making, crafts. That's where we could put up like streams, like videos of us playing instruments, creating new things, building things around the house, just like making anything, you know, anything, gardening, because that would be under the realms of sustainability. I don't know if you guys want to throw it up in the general chat, or we could have like an own place for it where we can do that, because my idea is if we had a place for it, then it would be easy to go back and see, like, let's say if someone makes something and they give like the recipe for like for some, let's say my wife posts something on there like laundry detergent. She made laundry detergent recently, and then she puts a recipe. That way you guys can actually go back and look at it. Not long, finish shower and cleaning the kitchen, that is all. Drift was doing dishes yesterday too, eh? Yes. Sustainable and natural living, I 100% approve of. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I just thought if it was its own channel, like it could go in the general chat, but I was just thinking if it's its own channel, then people can scroll up and find different aspects of it. So if they wanted to go back and say like, hey, I wanted to see how to make this, then it would probably be a little bit easier to find it. Let me look at Gray's. I usually don't talk about religion too much, but I'm interested in what he's saying right here. I've dabbled in some Wicca, but I don't know what I'm actually into. I love some hardcore science agnosticism. God damn, that's a hard word to say. So like scientism, like agnostic, right? Agnostic is really, I don't know if you ever heard of the term Gnostic. The Gnostic Gospels, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's some of the isms. So you had the Gnostic Gospels that were kind of like in cahoots, I guess. Not cahoots, that's the wrong word. In competition with the, you know, the Christian Gospels, and there's all that kind of stuff. And that's where the name agnostic comes from. So Gnostic just means, I think, higher being, or higher something like that, or a higher divinity. And then agnostic means just like, you know, not a higher being. Obviously, people don't know. You have atheism, that's just the rejection of everything. You have agnostic, which is that you don't really know, but you kind of accept that there could be something, and you focus on science. That's kind of what that would really be, you know, the brief, what that would mean. Wicca is different as well. I'm not a big fan of the whole Wicca thing, 100%. Mainly because I feel like that Wicca was, and I know people love it, even if it's such a huge part of our country. Yeah, yeah, Christianity. But you know what? I think Christianity is important. So I'm not obviously Christian myself. I have read the Bible a few times. I enjoy what some of the stories and some of the things about it. I get really deep into the Gnostic Gospels of the Bible, so the things that weren't included, like the Book of Enoch, the Book of Thomas, and stuff like that. Right, the Book of Judas. I've read through those, and those are pretty interesting as well. If you ever wanna dive into some of those. They didn't make the the actual Bible, but you would say that they could be more important in some ways. I would say that in the Bible, the only book that Jesus ever references is the Book of Enoch, and it's not included, which is funny. So OFC, the whole pantheon of the Norse gods is very close to our hearts. I see. Yeah, the pantheon of the Norse gods. Yeah, sounds interesting. Oh, Drift's probably talking about the Gnostic Gospels. Yeah. If you in the Bible, it talks about the fallen angels for the sons of man, and it talks about the fallen angels 1/3 for that left pretty much with Satan or whatever, the fall of Lucifer, which Lucifer can be a debated topic, but I don't want to get into that. I think that Lucifer, the whole name of Lucifer was the mistranslation, because the Latin was I think something like bright burning. The Hebrew was sulfur, which is something that's bright burning, and then when they translated it into English, they translated it into Lucifer. They gave it an actual name. So I think that the name Lucifer might have came from a mistranslation. See, I go deep in this stuff because I do find Christianity very interesting, even though I'm not Christian. I grew up in a family that was mixture of pagan and Christians type thing. So, or like Christians with pagan practices. Also, I don't really want to bring up some stuff. I don't want to talk about it. No, I understand. If you want, Gray, I find this stuff super interesting. I get real deep in world cultures. World cultures and world religions and stuff. I actually have one of my degrees is actually in divinity, where I studied world religions. I've read the Quran, the Bible. I've read the saga of the Volsungs, the saga of Ragnar Lothbrok. I've read the Havamal, the Poes and Poetic Edda. Trying to think the Indian. The Indian gods, the Hindu gods, the Bhagavad Gita, read that. So like, if you ever want to talk about this in our whispers, we can definitely go into it. We can go deep. But yeah, when it comes to like here, when it comes to here, I try not to do it because it's it could be isolating. Some people don't like it, some people like it, but it is fun. It is fun to get into world religion. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. And we definitely probably lost for some people on here on the train. I want to make sure we didn't lose anyone. I don't want to isolate anyone. I don't know what OFC stands for, I promise you. I'm sorry. I'm an old man. And using those young terms. Taco, are you still here? I want to make sure Taco's here. Cuz I know Drift and Taco are pretty religious, and they're Christian. And I don't want to step on their toes at all. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that Taco did not leave or was offended by anything I said. Taco, yes, I'm still listening. I just want to make sure because I will go deep. I'll go deep in world religion, and I know Taco is Christian, and she's very and she's on it. I'm messianic. Messianic. I don't know what messianic means. So I grew up in a, off and on in church, but the church that I usually went to as a kid, and I went to Christian schools sometimes here and there. It was one of those things. I've told people in this stream before that half of my childhood I was essentially homeless. We would live in other people's places. We had like 5 people living in a basement at my grandmother's house. We would live in a trailer sometimes. We would live in like a camper behind my other grandparents' backyard. All that kind of stuff. And I don't remember why I just said that. I've been drinking a little bit. That was dumb. Yeah, I know you mentioned that before. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why I just went into that. And I don't remember why. Oh, I was going to say... Yeah, oh, me too. Yeah, I was going to say that in that, one of my grandparents would want us to go to a Christian school. So she would pay for us to go to private Christian school once in a while. Every once in a while. But in that, so I had to memorize a lot of Bible scripture. Half Ramadi Hindi. Oh, okay. Ramadi Hindu. That is interesting. That is interesting. I've never heard of that one. You know what I have heard of, because I told you guys before I lived in Korea, is I have heard of Christians that were also Buddhist. That was very common there, because if you guys don't know, the idea of Buddhism is, you know, Prince Siddhartha, or whatever his name is, the guy that was the original Buddha. Before he died, he said that he didn't want people to build statues of him. He didn't want people to worship him at all. And I'll definitely have to look that up as well. And so he wanted it to be more of a philosophy of life, and not something that he wanted to be exalted as. He didn't want to be a god. He wanted people to be their own Buddha, to live off the philosophies, to become their own Buddha. And that's why in some Asian countries you will have Christians, and you also have Buddhists, you'll have everything. But the one thing I did find interesting when I first went there, you had a lot of Christians that also were Buddhists, because they practice the philosophies of Buddha, but they were also Christian. And I found that interesting. And I'm thinking that that might be on the same lines as you are, right? The Hindu? Or do you worship the... I don't know what Ramadi Hindu is. I want to look into that a little bit more. However, I'm guessing that are you doing more of the philosophy of one and the practice of the other? Or are you kind of just doing a little bit of both? Best of both worlds. Ramadan! Yeah, Ramadan Hindu. Okay. So I have to go into more of that. I don't know a lot of the practices of Hindu. I just know some of the stories of what I remember. And the only reason why I was interested in Hindu at all, because of that famous quote. That was, some people say that was misrepresented a little bit, but the famous quote from Wernher von Braun, I think maybe it was Wernher von Braun, or somebody, when they said, "I am death, the destroyer of worlds," after the Hiroshima Nagasaki bombs in World War II. A little bit of both from my father's side. Okay. Oh, Oppenheimer. Yes, thank you, Oppenheimer. Yep, because he controlled the Manhattan Project. I'm thinking Wernher von Braun, because he was the one that was part of NASA, but that was after World War II. You're right, Oppenheimer. Wernher von Braun became the head of NASA after World War II, because essentially, if you guys don't know what Operation Paperclip, if you guys want to go down a rabbit hole, look at Operation Paperclip. It was essentially the Soviet Union and the United States split up all these Nazi scientists right in the middle, and the Soviet Union took Nazi scientists and the United States took Nazi scientists after World War II. And our Nazi scientists did a lot of things, but one of the things they did was create NASA. So Wernher von Braun was actually a rocket engineer in Nazi Germany, and he was a rocket engineer in a factory in Nazi Germany, and he was not a good person, and he ended up heading NASA, which is a little strange, right? But it's a rabbit hole to go down. I promise you, it's crazy. He's an interesting guy and not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. Yeah, so pretty much, honestly, if you really think about it, after Operation Paperclip, the whole entire space race was kind of just Nazi scientists versus Nazi scientists outside of the country they came from, their country of origin. They're kind of split up. I have a lot of conspiracy theories with that kind of stuff, but I'll keep them to myself. I'll keep... You know, I don't want to... Like I said, I don't want to isolate, you know, or polarize, or do anything like that. God damn, we've been talking for 40 minutes. Do you guys want to get into the game now? Or do you guys want to keep on talking? It's up to you guys. I always... Gray may know this. Yeah, Gray does know this. But we always put it up to a chat, a vote in the chat. If you guys didn't already leave, we can always talk in. My mother is Christian. Oh, and your dad's Hindu. Ramadan Hindu. That is a good mix. I love conspiracies. I love to joke about tinfoil paper hat. So tinfoil hat, yeah. Einstein. Letter to the president. Okay. And the Einstein. Oh, God. Now I want to look into that. What is the Einstein letter to the president? Man. Okay, then I'll just say it if you love conspiracies. And this might be bad. But my theory is that, and this is terrible, and it might, God damn, I shouldn't say this. Warning about possibility of nuclear weapons. Yes. My theory is that, oh, by the way, when it comes to nuclear weapons, if you ever look at, if you guys ever have 8 hours or something, there's a guy named Dan Harmon. He has a podcast called Hardcore History. He has a YouTube channel called Hardcore History. And if you guys ever want to go into like the nuclear, the Cuban Missile Crisis or something like that, they are amazing. Let's try to finish this story. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely do it. I will say that this is what the big thing that is controversial, and I guess my conspiracy is that when you talk about Operation Paperclip, you had some of the top scientists that were split up and were alive. They weren't part of the Nuremberg trials, right? They were used. They were utilized by both the United States and Russia. You had the highest people in Nazi Germany kind of escape, where no one knows where they went. You know, like people say that Hitler actually died in Argentina, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. But I will say that Germany lost World War II. But I would also say that in some ways the Nazis won. And the only reason why I say that is because the Nazis were spread out throughout the world, and they took positions of power throughout the world with creating institutions within governments. But Germany definitely lost the war because they were gutted, and the people suffered because of it. You had what was the wall, the Berlin Wall. You had all that kind of stuff. If you guys ever want to read a book that's very interesting, it's called Candy Bombers. It's a entire book during the Cold War between not the Cuban Missile Crisis, about the Soviet Union and the United States, and they're trying to do the Berlin Airlift, which is a very popular and very important operation that the United States did, where they were using cargo planes to help feed the people that were on the other side, I think the west bank of the wall, that was being starved out by the Soviet Union. But it's a very interesting book because there was two last options on the table. The two last options were either nuclear war with the Soviet Union, or to try to do an airlift to try to bring supplies and food and all that kind of stuff added to the list. But they went with the airlift, and it actually was successful, which a lot of people didn't think that it would be successful. And the Americans were able to pull it off, you know, against all odds, and we end up not going to nuclear war with Soviet Union right after World War II. You know, we had the Cold War after that, and that was kind of the basis, the starting of the Cold War. I'm guessing you're saying added to the list was Dan Harmon's Hardcore History. It's very interesting. It's something I would definitely recommend. I'm a big fan of Hardcore History. And I even buy his podcast. He has some that are behind the paywall. Not that book, but yes. Yeah, the book is called Candy Bombers, if anyone's interested. Same author. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm going to go little screen. Oh, by the way, guys, I told you that I was going to do Mass Effect afterwards, and I just downloaded the Legacy Edition today, actually, because we're pretty close to the end of this game. So we're about to enter the portal after all of our conspiracy and our beer tasting, our mead tasting, so you guys can see the finished product of the mead. I was purposely stalling for that. I want to make sure that we still have everybody in here. Sleepy, are you still in here? Taco, are you still in here? Munchie, are you still in here? I'm at 8,000 points. No! We definitely have Gray in here. I know Viasco is gone, I'm guessing, and I know Rain is gone. And then we got some... it looks like we got some lurkers.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
What was that about there? What's wrong, Dark Ray? Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna... So you guys like the... So... Munchie's not here anymore, are you, Munchie? Munchie, if you're here, jump in the chat real quick. But Munchie, I felt a little dumb when I said I changed up cameras today. Munchie was all excited, think I had a new camera. So is Toby the yeah. That's the top conspiracy of the day. Is Toby the Scranton Strangler? A lot of people think so.